Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of The Working At with me, your host and coach, Rami Balut. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today, wherever you are in the world, whatever it is that you are doing at this exact moment. I just hope you are doing well, healthy above all else, and in great spirits, of course. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, actually, all around the question of character. Character is such a neglected word, I think, in most fields, despite most people being successful very much because of it in life. And what I mean by successful here, I mean things that are just relative to you. So success can mean, fulfillment in what it is that you're doing, significance in your work, a feeling of recognition, contribution. It could be financial, it could be title, it could be some of the material things, and it could be some of your favorite things. Success is for you and you alone to determine. But character very, very much plays a central role in this. And when I talk about character in today's day, I typically talk to it about with my clients. I mean, we talk about it all the time in the realm of leadership, in the realm of organizational behavior, in the realm of annual reviews, any type of reviews, calibrations. We talk about when, people react in a certain way when they are under a lot of pressure and stress, unnecessarily so. Character comes out when people are, having a good time and doing something that most people would consider to be just fun and enjoyable. Character typically can go unnoticed. But when times get tough, character sure does stand out. And, here, the idea behind today's time together is really just to give you a reminder of how much character plays a role that is central to your life. And here, what I mean by character is not personality. In fact, character is more of the bedrock that provides and enables your personality. Character is very much your ability to feel comfort and confidence and conviction with yourself. That is a strong level of character. Character is what really enables you to seek and see it through when times really should tell you otherwise. Character is when you keep your eye on the ball, despite all the obstacles that may come in the way. Character is really what allows you to feel comfort when there is chaos. This is character. This is truly character. If you're actually with me on video, these Mediterranean arms will just come up and just say, this is character. It certainly is. This is all character. But it all plays such a huge, huge, huge role in our ability to feel that we are on the right path, our ability to feel grounded, and our ability to really ascertain whether or not we are at the right place with the right people, growing and investing ourselves in a career that may feel very much today like it's unknown. And so there's so much having to do with character here. And today it's really obvious, in my opinion, with so much uncertainty that, character can be really, really quick to decipher. Character very much plays a role in whether or not, even the smartest of people, even the most intelligent of minds, seem to collapse and fail when they actually need their character the most. If they only had the character to speak through some of the things that they were speaking through, or to just be able to deal with some pressure that's going to come necessarily or unnecessarily as it relates to their work. And character just becomes quite obvious. And, you may know some people today that are just like that. They're extremely capable, they're extremely intelligent, and yet their character prevents them really from advocating for themselves. It prevents them from having strong conviction and opinions. Privately, they may actually have those. Publicly, character comes into play where, for some reason, they just seem to shy away from their own success. They seem to be their own worst enemy because their character doesn't provide them enough conviction to see things through for themselves. And this could be a part of a self-efficacy. It could be a part of just circumstance. It could be a part of just questioning and uncertainty of where we are today and where it is we plan on going with our lives. But character really is just the beacon of this light. It is the beacon of this light. The ability for someone to really have a lasting impact and influence on their team, on their peers, on their skip levels, on their customers, on, people in their own personal lives. character plays such a strong role. And that character here really comes into play most when, the timing calls for it. And so what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, a lot of people today, under the enormous sort of macroeconomic climate that we're facing, have a test of character. Do I continue down the path of putting in my all into the work, or do I regress and say, you know what, I'm only going to put in as much as I absolutely need because it's not worth to do it anymore. Conversely, you may find character in the same situation that says, you know what, I don't do anything for anybody else but myself. And that's how I'm going to continue to conduct myself. My principles, my values, they're sacrosanct. They're not going anywhere. And so I will do what I need to do, irrespective of what the outcome may be. And some characters will be, individuals that actually show a lot of courage to make the right decision for themselves, to advocate for themselves when no one else is actually advocating for them, to stand by their convictions when people feel otherwise. Some people choose to use character as a voice for others, where they actually, give voice to those individuals that feel, threatened by, a form of like retribution, or in fear of, missing out on some really good relationships if they actually spilled the truth. Some people will use character to just speak up and speak out for these individuals at risk and at the detriment at times of their own careers. Character is just so important here. And, if you're in a career transition and you're thinking about character and how it actually plays in an interview, think about how character can play when you're describing how you feel about a particular story. Character has a lot to do with this. We miss out on this so much as we are speaking about our role. So many of times we'll talk about the personalization, quantification of our contributions. But what often gets neglected is this idea of like reflecting on the work that we're actually doing. Our character here emerges when we reflect on the work that we do. When we talk about how we feel under certain circumstances, how we react when things aren't actually going our way, how we go out of our way to lift the others on our team that may not necessarily have that level of voice or strength or conviction or influence in an organization. They may not have the same lift that we actually do when we go about our day-to-day. Character may mean an apology. May mean an apology to somebody. May mean that you go out of your way to say, sorry, I didn't mean what I said. And so I thought about it and I felt that I did you wrong and I shouldn't have done that. I may have said a few things there that I don't want to regret in the long run. And so I want to come and be forthcoming with you and apologize for my actions, for my words, for what it is that I said. That takes character. And character these days, my gosh, is missing in so many elements of what it is that we do. And it's quite obvious, right? When I describe some of these things to you, it's like, yeah, you know what? Why not have character? Why not enable myself to stand up for my convictions? Why not enable myself to act based on my principles and values? What will it take for me to overcome some of those fears for myself? How will my character play a central role in how I conduct myself on a day-to-day? It's exceptionally important, and yet it's exceptionally rewarding. And yet at times it's exceptionally ignored. This exclusivity of this terminology of character seems to be just tucked away on the side, when character should actually be the driving force in what it is that we do and how we show up and what we bring beyond just the work that you do. Let character speak for you beyond just the work that you do. Let character speak for you. And how does character speak for you? It speaks for you by actions, by words as well, and how you communicate, by reflecting on the things that you do and the importance of them, by going out of your way to promote others, by going out of your way to recognize and advocate those that have a lesser voice. And if you're in a position of power and leadership, character plays such a central role in so much, because your position grants you the ability to bypass so much bureaucracy and go straight to the heart of an issue in a matter. Recognizing how challenging and how difficult it may be for your team. Recognizing that their level of significance and value today may be at an all-time low because of a lot of the macroeconomic climate, the uncertainty that's going on. And it may be an opportunity for you to reassure them of the work that they do and the love you have for them and the way you feel about your relationship with them. It may be in the form of your communication and the way you send outreach. If it's you presenting like a status or an ask, if you're supplying or receiving something, show a little of character in there. And for many of you who are about to go through the annual review process, think about the feedback you actually give other people. Show craftsmanship in there through your character. So when you talk about the opportunity for someone's growth or what they're doing well at, or some advice for them to do better in the future or some growth opportunities they may have, show some character there. Show some care. Show some craftsmanship in your response. Show them something that's action-based. And they may not even see this feedback, by the way. Maybe just their managers. But show that level of character through the care that you provide, through that diligence that you may provide in your writing about how they may improve themselves. And actually, how do you improve yourself? Through your character. Through the character that defines how you look at life, how you interact with life, how you show up, how you close out, and how you start your day from the moment you decide, hey, I'm moving now. And I don't want you to ignore character because there's just so much that goes on in character. I talk about this a lot in my coaching, but character is just something that is just so precious. It's like this treasure trove of identity that one carries through and through with themselves. They walk with it every single day. They talk with it every single day. They interact with it every single day. And yet those precious things that are the closest to us are often missed. And that says so much about human nature, but it also says so much about life. So let character guide you and how it is you interact now in whatever sort of next meeting you may have and your next performance evaluation, the feedback that you give and how it is that you lead, how you show care, how you show conviction, how you show and give a level of compassion for those that are amongst you today and those that will be with you in the future. That's all I've got today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Take care of yourself and of one another. And I will see you soon back here next week on The Working At. Bye for now.